Welcome to DTV. I'm joined with recruiting manager Barry Prendergast, and we're at the draft combine this year, Barry, but in different surroundings at Etihad Stadium.
Yeah, it's great to be at Etihad. A bit of a change from Canberra. I was actually on the organising committee this year. We take our turns at doing various roles as recruiting managers with the AFL throughout the year. So it's great innovation, I think. It certainly adds a professionalism to the camp itself, and it probably gives access to a lot more people because it's at the home of football.
Yeah. How do you think it'll benefit for, say, someone in your position of recruiting being in a place like this?
Look, I don't know that it'll have huge benefits for us. It certainly has huge benefits for the game. I mean, the week for us is very much about interviewing, and it is about the testing, but the testing is about observing and then analysing the results. So I think in terms of the data that we get, it'll be pretty much the same, but it certainly is a far more professional feel and gives supporters of AFL a bit more of an insight into what's going on.
A lot of talking for you guys this week with the interview process. How many kids do you reckon you'll speak to at the camp?
We'll probably do 45, I think. Last year we did 13 hours of interviewing, so we probably knock over about 20 minutes each interview. So for us, it really does a start to the interview process. A lot of other clubs are obviously well into theirs, but the way we like to run ours is at the draft camp and then follow up from there. So it'll be a big week of interviewing. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. What are some of the other things you're looking out for at this combine this year?
Well, I mean, look, it's the same as every year. We're just looking out for blokes who might prove themselves to be athletically gifted in areas that we haven't seen in the past. So you look at nothing more than other years, I wouldn't think, but there are a couple of more tests. I mean, the clean hands test that Matty Lloyd runs is into its second year, and those sort of things become a little bit more refined as time goes by, and they might provide a bit more insight into our decision making, but it's pretty much the same as other years.
Seems to be growing each year with more personnel being involved. How many roughly are going to be involved with the combine for Melbourne this year? Yeah,
look, in terms of the interview process, we'll probably have 6 or 7 guys in on that process at any one time. We generally have our running people analyse running. We've had a changeover of staff there, and so, but that'll get done. Our doctors get heavily involved. The soundness of players' bodies is a really big issue, and certainly has a big impact on whether we select a player or where we select a player. So that also plays its part. So we try and get it, and we have Kelly O'Donnell analyse kicking outside the draft. Obviously, there's a kicking test here, but it's a bit the results aren't critically important with that one, but it does give a good indication, and it is good for players to know that's going to occur, so they work on that part of the game.
Yeah. I guess just some of the tests as well that you find beneficial just looking at. Which ones are they?
Well, look, I think the physical testing is really important. The combination of speed and endurance and the repeat speed test is those two factors as well. But we look at the psychological testing that occurs. A lot of that's occurred before the camp itself. But all those things play a part, and I think as time goes by, Matty, we get more and more refined, and the margins get less and less. So, in the old cliche, the 1%ers really count. So, it's being able to analyse as much as you possibly, well, everything really, but for each player, certain things will be more important than others, and that obviously revolves around player type, and it may well revolve around the player's background. So, look, it's all really important. It's just knowing how to bring the whole thing together.
Yeah. And just finally, at this stage, Melbourne's first pick is 12, I think, just before trade week. It's similar to recent years. How's it sort of shaping up for you around that pick?
Yeah, look, it's pick 12. We've got a trade week to get through, but what we do is hook into our picking regions there primarily. If something surprising pops up, then we've got to be ready for that, which we will be. We've got plenty of time on our side with that one, but. Look, you're just looking for a good player, and you're looking for an AFL player, and while type is a consideration, although I think over the last 3 years, in terms of player type, we've put a lot of players into the system in terms of every player type, I think. So obviously our supporters will see be screaming, going, yeah, but we need this and we need that, and we're acutely aware of that. But you've got to take the opportunities where they lie, and we've got to make sure that we bring players to our club who can and will play AFL football, and that's the most important criteria.
All right, Baz, well, thanks very much for joining us, and best of luck for the week.
All right, no worries. Thanks. Matty. Good on you.